My name is Kyle Rogers. I'm the president of the Bunker Project. And that is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. This is number 2. Just a little recap. So I've already done these videos on the 5 W's. And the 5 W's are the who, what, when, where, why of the Bunker Project. Just kind of introducing this nonprofit organization to the world, essentially. So we're on number 3. Where is the Bunker Project? So currently it's located in Las Vegas, Nevada, right outside University of Nevada, Las Vegas, within walking distance. It's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath house, and it houses student military veterans. The whole point of that is to focus on their transition as they get out of the military, support them through college, with the idea that we're going to try to prevent or at least reduce the likelihood of some of the negative things that can happen with transitioning from any kind of total institution to a now, self-sustaining, self-functioning, society like ours is in the civilian world. So anyway, that takes a little bit of adjustment. It's just the same as anybody getting out of prison, somebody leaving a nursing home and going back to their own place. There's an adjustment that has to happen. It's getting used to running your own life again, essentially. So that's what this house is about. Anyway, the house that's located there is just a pilot project. So the idea being that we'll work out all the kinks at the small level, just the one house, and then once we got that kind of figured out, which I think we pretty much do, we've got the 5 veterans living there. We use a house hacking principle to keep our costs very low, so we're able to fund that house for $10,000 a year for donations, and what that covers is 4 months of rent forgiveness and one veteran's entire rent altogether. So that veteran lives there rent-free in exchange for being a sort of on-site property manager. It's called a house manager. They kind of supervise the other 4, serve as a peer mentor, that kind of thing, help make sure the place stays clean, address any small issues that might occur around the house that they can help out with, like somebody left their keys in their room, minor things like that. Any kind of repairs, they contact me. So I'm serving in the role of president, again, the voluntary kind of position. Ideally, we'd like to hire somebody for that position, where I get to kind of step back and just be the volunteer board member, board chairman, like I'm supposed to be. Kind of serving a dual role currently, just to get this nonprofit off the ground. So that's where it's located, Las Vegas, one house. Want to have more though. 50-50 chance that veteran leaving the service has kids or is single. So we're only able to reach 50% of our population with target population with the one house that's focused on single veterans. So we need an apartment. We need places that can hold families. So I've got a 4-plex that I bought with my own personal investing. I'll do a whole other series on that. But anyway, that 4-plex I'd like to donate. That would house families, and that would be kind of our first step to grow. Another option is I now live in Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm looking for properties here, right outside the University of Arizona or Arizona State University. So looking for wholesale deals, ideally, so off-market, kind of fixer-uppers, and go in, rehab them to our standard that we've set using that pilot project house in Las Vegas. So we kind of know now what works and what doesn't. So we just kind of copy that model, repeat it here, and then try to do that at maybe both ASU and U of A. And then in Nevada we can have the University of Las Vegas, University of Nevada, Reno, and then kind of branch out to all campuses would be the goal. Like have at least one house in every state, if not more, since there's usually at least the 2, University of versus, the state university school system. Then you've also got your private schools. So there's a lot of opportunity for growth with this nonprofit. But of course, we can only grow as much as we're able to bring in donors and support, sponsors, that kind of stuff. So hence these videos, right? I haven't done much for fundraising over the 11 years that this has been in existence. I came in around year 6 and took over, mainly to help me get into graduate school was the original plan, and that founder was kind of discouraged at that point and was ready to shut down, said, well, if you give it one last shot, pass it off to this younger group. And if you can't use it for anything other than, it might at least get me into graduate school, which it did. But I'm not okay with just riding on the backs of, my veteran brothers and sisters, so I put my heart and soul into making a program into something. And I try to do it in a way that doesn't compete with any other organization. So hence student housing. I haven't seen any other nonprofit student housing national programs, at least like ours. There are a few scattered around that I have heard of, and I would love to partner with them if possible. Anyway, that's a whole other story. That's a whole other level where we're at right now. Right now, that one house, one pilot project house, now trying to expand, and would like to be able to say that where we're at is in every single state. So that finishes off this video. I've been trying to keep them short since my original ones were like 20 minutes or so of me rambling. So call it a night. Good night.